Hello everybody, 93 Monster Mike here, and before I begin, I will admit that there's been, Lord knows how many videos of this guy, like, tour reviews and whatnot, so I just thought I'd give my own personal opinions, pros and cons of this figure. So without further ado, this is the SH Monsterarts Godzilla! Atomic Breath feature, or Atomic Breath accessory, limited edition. Yeah. Here's the box, and that is one badass looking Godzilla image right there. I mean, look at that. It's like, it just looks pretty. It just looks so intimidating, like what Godzilla's supposed to be, you know? And of course, there's the SH Monsterarts new standard figure series, blah 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 blah, and Atomic Breath, Choking Hazard, Don't Choke in Your Godzilla in 2011, Tamashii Nations, Bandai. On the side, you get Godzilla in gold. Ooh. Okay. And on the back, whole bunch of profile pictures which look ever so incredible. A bio of Godzilla in kanji and katakana. And some info from the guys that made the figure and the sculpting and all that. But I'm not that fluent in reading Japanese, so boo-hoo for me. And on the bottom you just get SH Monsterarts, Choking Hazard, for ages 15 and up, and yeah, all that good stuff. And then on the top you just get Godzilla and SH Monsterarts and a pretty good profile pic there. And on the side, that's a very good looking image. I really like that. And Godzilla in red glitter and Gojira. Gojira, or with Japanese accent, Gojira. So that's why many people think the Japanese are actually saying Godzilla when it's actually Gojira. Get it right, people. Okay, so that's Fox. And here's the king himself! In all his Heisei somewhat thunder thigh glory. No offense. Yeah, it's a pretty good figure. I like it. I like it for what it is. It's pretty well detailed. Actually, it is really well detailed. Like, not as good as X Plus, but close to there. I mean, it practically looks like the suit, even though there's like some gaps here and there at where all the joints are. Heck, they even got the spines right, unlike the vinyl counterpart. Yeah. But speaking of him, why don't we bring him out to show them just what these two actually do look like together? So for sizing, they're looking eye to eye, but he's just a tiny smidged smaller. His spine's much more accurate looking, while his aren't. This one looks more like the suit. This one looks like a anime-esque sort of thing. Like, let me try to put it this way. G1 Optimus Prime cartoon, Michael Bay Optimus Prime. If that's the best I could compare them to, okay? It'd be like the real deal, living, breathing flesh and blood, looking at a cartoon version, you know? But hey, this figure's okay. I mean, it's cheap. It's kind of cheaper. It's more common and all that. This one's much more posable and highly detailed and a whole lot more articulated. So speaking of that, let's He's got the posability. Mouth can open and close because it's on a ball joint. And also, speaking of which, since mine is pretty much like the very first release, I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but he's got this sort of, I guess you could say he has a derpy-like look. But in real life, I don't really think he does have that derpy-like look that everyone's been complaining about. I think he's fine just the way he is. But back to articulation. Okay, now I mentioned the... Okay. His head can look up and down, look left and right, because it's on a ball joint. You do whatever you want with the head. And I think he also made a cameo on Adult Swim. But anyway, he can also move at the neck. He can also move at the shoulders. Like, in and out. Yeah, the articulation's meant to mimic what the suit could actually do. I got some mixed feelings about that thing. He also has a brachial articulation there. You know, bicep and tricep. Come on, just call it brachial, okay? Brachial posability. Brachial, okay? Brachial equals arm. All right? It's not just bicep. And he does have some pretty nice elbow articulation. It looks like the actual suit, the actual figure itself is moving. Like, it barely even hinders the articulation, and there's barely any gap and all that. Yeah, you get what I'm trying to say, because there's been like over 100 or 100 maybe videos of this figure, and yeah. He also has ball jointed wrists. You can do all that. And in my opinion, I think this is pretty cool. He actually has some diaphragm, upper torso or waist articulation, so he can twist and turn and go up and down and tilt a bit. I think that's pretty cool. Legs, we can go forward, back, well, barely back. But also move in and out. Just for some it might be tight, some it might be not, whatever. He has like a, well, almost looks a bit like a double jointed knee. And when you bend the knee, look, watch this, watch this. That is pretty dang cool. And of course he has some ankle articulation there. And of course, he also has that freakishly posable tail. Like, it's just really posable, and I really like that. That he has a extremely posable tail. Like, it could go like on the floor or straight up, or whatever you want to do with the tail. Though I personally kind of keep it at like this. So, obviously, the detail in this figure is just incredible. It's pretty much whatever a kaiju fanatic wishes to have. A highly posable, highly detailed Godzilla kaiju figure, okay? And with regards to accessories, he of course comes with the somewhat criticized atomic breath, which, according to Ultraman Kronos, looks like water. And I can kind of see why he would call it that. But then again, well, I think it's just okay the way it is. I mean, what they tried to do to make this look like Godzilla's actual atomic breath, it's a good attempt. And of course it's molded so it can fit in Big G's mouth, like that. And of course this nuclear blast whatever the heck you want to call it. And some people really don't like this part, but let me try something. So he can hold it without it, but it just doesn't quite look as... just doesn't look that much right. Now it does, and some people wish that this might have been a little longer, you know? Yeah. So, detail is obviously a 5 out of 5. Articulation, 5 out of 5. Accessories is pretty dang good. And of course, we all know about the superpowers of Godzilla. Nuclear ray, nuclear pulse. He's just a nuclear amphibious leviathan. And scaling is also pretty good too. I mean, if you want to get a Godzilla figure, I mean, it really doesn't matter, but this one is just a little bit cheaper. This one is just like highly more posable and looks exactly like the suit. Now, I will admit that I really do like the figure, but for me, there are just a few little problems. Like, the leg, for mine, it's a little bit loose, kind of here. And in the tail, like, watch this. Yeah, the joint here is a little loose, and it causes this piece to wobble, and I think also once, this part here kind of popped off a little bit. But it doesn't pop off anymore, so thank heavens for that. And of course the somewhat weird eye look, but other than that, I really love the figure. I'm really glad that I finally have this figure in my collection, and I'm very grateful that my dad was kind enough to give this to me. And I just really love this figure. The Heisei Godzilla is undoubtedly one of the best incarnations of Godzilla ever. Besides the 1954 Godzilla. But in my opinion, Heisei is the perfect modern Godzilla. You know? So overall, I'm gonna have to give this figure 5 kaiju footprints out of 5 kaiju footprints. It's a really good figure, really great posability, impeccable detail, great scaling. And if you could find it at a decent price, like anywhere from maybe 40 to 60 bucks, I'd say that'd be a good, pretty good price. But if you can find it cheaper, what the hell are you waiting for? So, also, I'd like to make big shout out to Deadzilla, Goji73, Zimman 2, Hunty, Creature Hunt Guy, Dark Harvest Studio, great buddy of mine, Atomic Stick Figure, and any other YouTuber that is going to be going to Gfest this year. I hope you guys have fun. Keep collecting kaiju figures. I really do hope you guys will have a good time. Also, feel free to rate, comment, and subscribe to 93 Monster Mike for any more videos from me. Well, I've been rambling on enough. This has been 93 Monster Mike. Wale!